All right, everybody, we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show the fabulous, incredible talent and Gigolo from Showtime series Gigolo, Mr. Nick Hawk. Hello and welcome to the Jimmy Star Show.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on.
Before we get started, let me introduce you to everybody, starting out with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
How do you do? Nice to have you on. How do I insure my dick for $1 million?
You contact a couple in insurance companies and see what they say. We had to go through a few.
So do they insure me by the inch or by the whole thing?
I don't think it's more if you have a giant penis. It might be.
So in other words, if it's 12 inches, it's more money, or if it's 3 inches, it's less money?
If it's bigger, it's probably a bigger liability, right? More.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, probably.
When I used to work, anyway, I'm fascinated by this because I have to ask you a million crazy questions.
Okay, but hang on, wait, we got to finish. All right, first we want to introduce you to the man behind the boards, Mr. Chad Murphy.
Nick, glad to have you.
What's up, Chad?
We got a chat room full of people, so give a shout out to the chat room.
What's up, chat room? How we doing? Looking forward to some questions.
There you go. So this is funny. I have to just tell you a quick story because, like, when we don't have Showtime, so I've never seen Gigolos. Now I've seen some of it because I went online and watched some of it. But when the really cool guy who like introduced me to you to have you come on, and now I forgot his name. That's terrible. But when he had me come on, he said he's a cool character and he's a little different, and he's on this show Gigolos. I thought it was
a little different.
I thought it was like a show. I didn't know that Gigolos is a show about like for real gigolos, dude. So I was like, then I thought, oh my God, this would be so cool. We've never had a gigolo on the show. And I did a press release about you, and they yanked it. They told me it was like vulgar or whatever. And I was like, there's nothing vulgar in this like press release. The guy's like a gigolo. That's nothing vulgar.
Who's they?
The PR log. It's like a service, a PR log service, and they actually pulled the release down, saying it had explicit content in it, which it didn't, except for that the word explicit is in your website. It didn't have any explicit content, and they yanked it down and would not publish it. And I thought,
this is big press releases every other week. I've never had any problems.
So that just made me like more intrigued, though, because I think it's really cool. So we want to welcome you to the show, and I think it's really good. And everybody, if you want to follow Nick on Twitter, it's at the Nick Hawk. And if you want to check out his website, it's nickhawkexplicit.com. And
yes, sir.
I'm gonna let Ron start.
Well, no. The first question that's going on in the how many million people listen to us?
A lot.
20-something million. People are thinking, what is the difference between a gigolo and a hustler?
And a hustler or an escort?
A hustler. I was an escort once, by the way, in Palm Beach to a very wealthy millionaire woman. And I swear to God, this is a true story. The guy he's called a walker. You know that expression, a walker. They walk you in and out of parties. He wasn't able to make it, and he said, would you do me a favor, Ron? Would you fill in for me? And just escort her in. She's a lovely woman, and she was. It was one of these multi-gazillionaire. I forgot she owned, like, the world or something.
World.
But she was, like, old, like really old, like an old. I don't think she had a pussy that worked anymore, but she was old. So I walked her in the party, and then some guy that she knew came over to me, and he was going to hand me money. And I said, excuse me, what's this for? He said, well, you brought it to the party. I said, yeah. He said, well, I said, I'm not a walker. I said, I'm a television host. I have a major television show in California. What are you giving me money for? He said, oh. I said, no, I walked her in as a friend. And that was hilarious. That went around the room among all the walkers.
Hold on. So bring it back to him, though.
Yeah, but I'm just going on with were you ever a walker?
No.
Not a walker. I was actually, I was a stripper for 5 years before the gigolo thing, and I was an actual gigolo for a year before the show approached us. And it is legit. It's from, I still do it. My agency is Cowboys for Angels. You can go to cowboys4angels.com to actually book me. Garen James started that. And the show contacted him, and he sent me in to do the show.
Now, did you dance a pole or just strip?
No pole. Guys don't really dance on poles. That's kind of a girl thing. I did it for an episode on the show.
I know, I saw that.
And no, it's hard, man. It'll mess you up. I'm not built to climb a pole. It hurts.
Another question, and I know the answer to this, so you have to tell me the truth, because I have several friends in Florida that are male strippers. Did you ever take Viagra to make yourself look bigger in a bathing suit or a strip suit?
Not really. I've tried it here and there. It doesn't hurt the situation.
Right.
That's for sure. But it's not like a go-to.
Because the
Um,
two fellas that I know are extremely endowed naturally. They're gay guys, but they do straight clubs. And they
you do hang lower when you take it.
let me
That's
tell you that when
Hang
they
on, because Ron doesn't know anything about you.
wait,
so let
when
me,
they took Viagra, I mean, if they spun around, they knocked the drinks off the tables.
He's the comedy one, and I'm like the fact one. So let me tell everybody a little bit about you. First of all, from what I know, and you can correct me. Okay, so you're on the TV show Gigolos. It's on Showtime. I think there's been 6 seasons of it. You're like on every episode. You're a sexpert and a male escort. From what I heard, like from what I read, Cowboys for Angels, I didn't get that. That was I knew that was a company, but I also thought that was some kind of slang for like you go out with the women. But you don't get paid for having sex with them. You just get paid for going out with them, and whatever happens after that happens.
Yeah, that's the name of the company. It's incorporated into the show. Everything's
Okay, that's why I get it that way. Okay.
I just saw my time.
And you were featured on TMZ Live, and Cosmopolitan for insuring your penis for $1 million. And,
Yes, sir.
And then I read an interview you did about it, about how, you know, like the different reasons to actually like have that done, and that basically like, I mean, you got all the tattoos, you got like a bad boy image, so you're like a sex symbol with a bad boy image, and sometimes clients can be like rough and do things that they don't know, and you don't.
Yeah, since I kind of took on the bad boy image with the tattoos, I wear all black. You know, I am an alpha male as well. You know, they think that, you know, they could get in there and rough you up and beat you up a little bit and go a little harder than they do on maybe an average guy. And
How tall?
yeah, that just came with the territory, I guess.
Are you real tall?
I'm 6'1".
Okay, yeah, so you're tall.
So are you hot and spicy? Hot and sassy. What is the expression when they're wild in bed? Hot and
I think it depends on what the clients want, right?
No, what is it called? Hot and spicy?
I wouldn't describe myself as sassy.
Because they're hot and sassy. Now
No,
listen to me.
spicy.
Now listen to me. And you know, I talk turkey here. Ron Russell doesn't say anything that's not true. I don't think I could make love to like an 80-year-old woman. I'd vomit.
I haven't made love to an 80-year-old woman.
Oh, what's the oldest woman you've made love to?
I don't ask ages. I do have somewhat of a cutoff when it gets up there, but it's not even a physical thing. It's more of a mental thing. You don't have that much to talk about when there's a couple generations separating you. You know,
Jimmy, I'm 25 years older than Jimmy, and Jimmy likes old bags. Jimmy won't go out with a young guy or a man his age.
I like older women as well, but not like
That's
3 generations.
That's the question. So you like old broads?
Older.
Old women. No, he could be like you, honey. You like only ugly old men. I mean, ugly old guy walks in a room and Jimmy goes, he's hot. I said, hot, he's dead. He's not even has to.
We're married, by the way.
He hasn't even got a pulse or temperature. Ugly old thing.
No, like, let's go back. Okay, so like you're on the show Gigolos. I guess it's a hit show because I like Googled it, and like there's like talk about it like everywhere, and there's a lot of talk about you and about being like the bad boy. And I actually watched the episode, which we were gonna play it, but I think we might not have enough time, of you doing the pole dance thing with the other 2 guys taking the pole dance class, because it's a little clip and it's hilarious. And I also watched an episode, like a little clip of you like being like a policeman, and you put the little mustache on, and then you went and like stopped the lady because that was kind of her fantasy. So basically, and this all goes on in Las Vegas, right? Like you.
Yeah, we film everything in Las Vegas. Yeah.
So what you're filming for the TV show, is that relatively similar to what would happen if you weren't being filmed, and it would be kind of like the same thing?
Yeah, typically the clients on the show, they are legit clients. But typically they're ones who are a little wilder and crazier and have wilder fantasies, and they're usually a little younger. We usually cater to, you know, successful women, and this is really the highest end you can get when you get an escort. So our prices are high. They represent that. So
How much?
not everybody can afford to get me. I typically have an overnight minimum on weekends, and I only see a few clients a month. And the overnight is $3,000, and my weekend rate is $8,000. So not everybody can afford that. So a lot of these clients who are interested in getting me but can't afford my rate, they come onto the show.
I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm leaving. Goodbye, Jimmy. Fuck you in the show. $8,000. I'll spin around their pussies for $8,000. I'll do things they've never seen or heard of for $8,000.
I think it's a little low, but no, I'm happy with my rate. But no, I show up. You're getting the real thing. You're getting 100% of my attention. You're getting my A game, and you're getting the best experience you could possibly get.
I can't breathe. I'm still fainting.
Okay, but this is really because I'm fascinated by all of this, and I'm also fascinated. First of all, you're a very smart business person. The way that you've catapulted being a gigolo and getting on this show to like expanding. I mean, now you started out as a gigolo. Now you're a brand, basically. And besides being, because you're an actor, which I know you did a movie last year called American Justice, and I looked it up because John Schneider's been on our show a ton of times, and he was in that film.
8,000.
Yeah, that was a few years ago, but yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It came out in 2015, according to IMDb. It came out in 2015, and you sing a song on it, Born to Be Bad. So you're a rapper slash hip hop artist. I know you got another video called We Fight that was nominated for a Hollywood Music Award. And so that's part of your brand. And then I went to check out your sex toy line. So Nick Hawk has his own sex toy lines, you guys. It's really cool. And look at this. This is his doll. This is his doll of him.
Yeah, I got the whole line right here.
It says 20 sex toys are a part of it. It's got a Nick but the things I just picked out a few. There we go.
It's the first one with movable balls. I wanted the balls to sag and slap as you used it, but we did the first one with movable ones.
Did you model for that one?
That's him, yeah.
Yeah. I had to, I got filmed with 3 cameras on me and about 30 people watching. I had to get hard by myself and put the mold on myself and everything.
So you do charge by the inch. That's how you get 8,000. Now tell me, buddy, for 8,000, what is this hot up old broad get for 8,000? You got to make bells ring and fireworks go off for 8,000.
Oh, and more.
And more. So what do you do? I mean, you use electronics.
You can't. But your fantasy, it depends on what they're right. I mean, does everybody have a fantasy? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is like all new to me.
Every client is different. It's more about having I sell myself as a quality companion. It's all around everything. Someone to talk to, someone to conspire with, someone to help them with their social skills. I'm a stepping stone a lot of the time. A lot of these middle-aged women might have just got out of a divorce or a relationship, and they haven't socialized in a long time, so they use me as a stepping stone to get back in the game. Obviously, I want them to stick around, and I want to see them more, and that's usually what happens. But I'm there for a lot of reasons. It's just some good communication, some good therapy, someone to talk to. I mean,
this is a good question, and don't get insulted. Do you do men for 8,000 or 10,000?
I do not.
Right.
I've had some requests for a lot more than 8,000. I have not.
I'll listen. Hey, people out there, I'll do men for 1,000.
No, you won't because you're married. No, as part of your brand, first I want to go back. Okay,
I would love to be
So you
a
have all the
gigolo.
sex toys. You have and I wrote down Nick Hawk dildo, Nick Hawk doll, and sexual positions book. And this is what really amazed me about this whole thing is I thought, okay, where are you going to get this? So I plugged it into the internet, and some stores came up that you could buy it and everything. Then I typed it into Amazon, and you can buy a Nick Hawk dildo on Amazon. They just won't ship it out of the country. So if you're in the United States and you want a Nick Hawk dildo, you can get his stuff off on Amazon. Right next to buying your copy of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of phasing out now. It's been around for about, I think, 4 years. So this is kind of end of it. I think it's available at some places. But yeah, when I decided to do the show, I thought to myself, how can I capitalize on this? Obviously, it's going to generate more bookings. But the first thing I thought of, I'm like, I want to have a sex toy line, and I will someday. And it took me about a year and a half to present all my ideas to California Exotics, which is one of the biggest sex toy distributors. And they love the idea. I was hoping to have 3, 4, maybe 5 products, and we did 24 of them.
Yeah.
So it was a big success.
Now, is it true that women, when they get older, they're dry, they no longer are wet? Now, when when your dick is coming at them, do they have vaginal suicide thoughts?
Age has nothing to do with it. It's how well you take care of yourself.
The old ladies take that thing and not fall apart?
Did you listen to what he said?
No, not at all. I'm still on the $8,000.
He said it depends on how you take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, you don't dry up.
Oh. I thought that.
Which I should hold.
Keep a healthy and active mind. You eat healthy. You nourish your body. You think sexual thoughts.
Hang on,
Stay sexual.
another part, you guys, I'm so impressed with all of this because another part of the
It's
Nick
because
Hawk.
you love this stuff.
No, the other part of the Nick Hawk brand though is that he's also, if you go to nickhawkexplicit.com, he's got all kinds of like advice columns and stuff, and he writes articles for Men's Health, AskMen.com, Girl Boner, which I've never even heard of.
I actually, I just accepted. I'll announce it here. Nobody's heard this yet. I just accepted a position at Penthouse Magazine.
There you go.
And I will be one of their featured editors now. And I'll be doing another day in the life of column in their magazine and a top 5 list as well. So
There you go.
looking forward to that.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Have you ever done porno?
I haven't done porn. Another episode that we did on the show, I approached Vivid about possibly doing it. I did think about it, and they talked about doing a deal with royalties as well. I just didn't think it was right for me. I didn't think it would benefit my brand. I mean, I think it's a level above what I do, and I want to keep some things mysterious, not show it all.
Smart. I think that's really
Yeah,
smart.
you are an enterprising man. I would do daddy porn if they paid me.
I know.
I could do great daddy porn.
Actually, he hosts the video awards and presents at them and stuff. He's like well entrenched in all of it.
I'm 76 years old and I have a good body still for 76. I mean, I look good naked, so I could do daddy porn, but Jimmy won't let me.
Just from knowing you from a few minutes, I'm well aware you would do daddy porn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shy.
Okay, so hold on. So then I also, when I was on Amazon, and I don't know because I don't read Playgirl, but were you on the cover of Playgirl? It says summer of 2013 they had an issue, and you were on the cover of Playgirl.
Yes, I was.
Dude, that is
Cover,
like
centerfold,
so.
and all that.
It's like it doesn't get any bigger.
Wait, hang on. Were you a centerfolder?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What month and what year?
Summer 2013.
Everybody, all you ladies out there and gay guys.
Oh, look, he's got it framed. That's smart. Playgirl, I mean. So do you campaign for that, or just like Playgirl just contact you? Or how do you actually get like on the cover of Playgirl? I mean, that's like a huge deal.
It was a goal of mine. I contacted them, and they loved the idea. I got paid. It wasn't a lot. It was more for exposure and everything. I want to do a redemption shoot though. At the time, this was early in my career as well, and at the time when I decided to go and get some tattoos, I got a lot of big black and dark ones, and they weren't that flattering. But since then, I've added a lot of color and detail, and I filled them in, and they flow a lot more better. I'm not a huge fan of my tattoos there, and I had a cover up on the back of my leg that I wasn't super happy with, but now I'm extremely happy with them. But that magazine, it was a while ago now. I really wanted to do this redemption shoot, and I looked into it, but I think they're done now. So I might be doing a redemption photo shoot book and releasing that next year.
So for Playboy, what'd you have to do? Send a picture of your meat?
They were fans of the show, actually. They watched the show, so they saw my meat. For some reason, they showed on the episode like 18 times every episode for no reason at all. Just, I think in their contract with Showtime, they have to show my penis every 37 seconds or something. It's ridiculous. It's unnecessary. I don't know why they do it, but they saw my penis before.
Is there a size requirement? Like what would the smallest be that they would photograph?
That's a good question. I'm curious to know. I don't know.
All those guys that you see, they all have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 26.
Yeah,
You know,
26.
I mean, some
Actually,
of them,
first of all, because everybody on the show, Gigolos, is really good looking. Like everybody's attractive. I think it's like basically the show is based around like 5 or 6 guys, right?
Yep, 5 guys. We've lost 2 and gained 2 more along the way. We try out 1 or 2 new guys every season as well.
Oh, that's cool.
okay,
I like it.
since you and I are best friends now, what's your shoe size?
12 double wide.
You're kidding me. Go away. You're lying.
For real. I can go grab a shoe if you want.
I love it. So,
People out there that don't know what that means, shoe size means the size of a man's penis. You have a 12-inch wang? That's like a brick.
No, it's not 12. It's big. It's not huge. It is big. I'm glad it's not huge. I think I'd struggle with that. I wouldn't enjoy sex and women as much if it was any bigger.
I mean, I have a problem with mine.
It is thick though. It is thick and wide. I think that's a definite.
I have
what
a
girls
problem
need.
with mine because I keep tripping on it.
yeah, right. No, I think it's funny because the article I read, about like when you insured your penis, and it said all kinds of things like, if it's too big, it's easier and you can break it, and like if you break your penis, you could have a lot of problems. And
No
all kinds
Get
of
it caught in a door. Yeah, yeah.
caught in a door. Okay, so let's talk about.
How about how many times you get it caught in a zipper? All the
Actually, I have done that quite a few, too many times. I wear pants that fit too, and I have giant legs and a giant ass, and giant stuff down there too. So it's a little tighter. That happens more than I'd like to admit. And that sucks.
pain.
Yeah.
I was in a movie theater, and I went down to the bathroom, and I peed, and I got my dick caught in the zipper, and I ran around the bathroom screaming, and men were looking at me, and I said, "Quick, throw cold water." You're supposed to throw cold water. So I couldn't get to the sink. I was bleeding. I couldn't get to the sink. Finally, I think some guy did. He yanked the zipper. I saw the moon, stars, Venus, or everything. I was going to die. Is that not the...
I've never got it caught in, like, zipped over and had it stuck there. That's some serious shit.
Oh, no.
I've gone over it a couple times and got a little cut, but never got it stuck. Like something about Mary, Ben Stiller's. I've never done that shit.
This was years ago. They were Jabot parachute pants with the big zipper. Remember those
He's
great
too young
big...
to know Jabot.
Oh,
He's
you don't
like
know?
young.
They used to have
No,
wide,
sorry.
gigantic, big brass zippers on the man's fly. That was the look. And get your baby...
With a giant zipper that did it?
Get your baby caught in that, you see the moon. Trust
Okay,
me.
hold on. So
Yeah.
we've only got 8 minutes. I want to go over some stuff. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the tattoos, because you definitely have a lot. Do you know how many tattoos you have?
One big one.
Okay, and I wrote. Okay, so
I have about half of my body done. I wanted to do like a yin yang type thing. So do about half of my body. I probably 40%, a little bit over that. But I mean my entire left leg, left arm, front and back. But there's holes in between.
I read on your website or in an interview that from your shoulders to your lower stomach and continues to the genital area, and I think it's also on your penis. You have a symbiote.
The symbiote, yes. It's on my shoulder, arm. It goes into my chest. It goes in my back.
Tell everybody
What
what
is
that
that?
actually is, because I don't think.
And then I have it in the front here, and it goes out to the sides a little bit, and it goes down my penis as well.
That's it.
When I decided to get tattooed, I wanted to think of a large tattoo, something that filled my shoulder, arm, chest, and back. And I didn't want to do flames or tribal, and I wanted to do something original. And I thought of this concept. I always liked the idea of something taking over you and making you and freeing you and making you not care. And that's what the symbiote is and represent. It brings out your dark side a little bit, but it gives you confidence. And it's kind of a battle that you have to play with that. So I like the metaphor behind it.
Hey, Nick, wait. One question. Nick, and tell me the truth. Don't lie to me. What did it feel like getting your dick tattooed? It had to be a nightmare.
I had to hold it too. I had to bend it over my hand and hold it while he did it. I had quite a few drinks beforehand, but yeah, it was misery. But I mean, all tattoos suck. My inner knee, I have my armpit done, elbow. They all suck. They do. But yeah, that was some extra.
Did your dick swell up? Did it get swollen?
I don't think so.
Because if it did, you could have ran and got abroad and charged extra.
No, wait.
That price would have went up, right?
I also
You betcha.
wrote. Oh, I
You
wrote it
betcha.
down though for everybody who wants to know and look it up, because this is pretty interesting. A symbiote is aliens from other planets who bring out the superheroes' dark sides, letting them let go of inhibition.
Yes, and it makes them stronger as well. And
Like superhero stuff, or in general.
I love superhero stuff. I love X-Men. I'm super excited to see
X-Men
it.
is awesome. Was it good? I didn't see it yet.
Yes. I had very high expectations for it, and it met those. It didn't.
That's my favorite of all the like teams of like Avengers.
Me too.
And all.
Me too.
X-Men are my favorite, and I like it a lot. And we saw Batman and Superman when it came out, and I thought it sucked. It was terrible.
I have an important question to ask him that they're asking me to ask him. Do you have a girlfriend? And if you do, how does she feel about your working?
I know the answer.
I don't have a girlfriend. Go ahead.
Yeah, and are you thinking ever of getting married and having a family?
I don't have a girlfriend in my personal life. I have many girlfriends that I date. I don't date that much, pretty much never in my personal life anymore. I get my fix through my job, and these are women that I'm into. They're successful. They take care of themselves. They're beautiful, and I have a lot of fun going on dates and seeing them. I love my life. I love my job. I have to have my time as well, though. So if I meet someone in my personal life, they have to be pretty special and okay with everything, so that doesn't happen that often.
And children is the other thing.
I'm against marriage. I'm against committing to somebody forever in any retrospect. I think it's a lie on some ends. You can commit to somebody, say you want to be with them for a long time, which is cool, but you can't commit to someone forever. You don't know who you're going to be tomorrow, much less them, much less who you're going to be in 80 years. So I'm kindly against that. But I am open to a relationship, some type of committed relationship in my personal life, if one was to develop.
Would you ever like children?
I had a vasectomy.
Oh, so there goes kids. I know what I'm going to be like.
No, that's smart, though, to do that, because if you're having sex all the time, you can't be having like 50 zillion kids.
But
Well,
you know the old question, how do you see yourself in 5 years? How do I see myself? Making $8,000 a night.
On a weekend.
On a weekend.
Yeah. $3,000 a night.
$3,000 a night.
Actually, I think you should raise that. I think you could probably get more than that.
Garen, my booking manager, wants me to raise it too, but I'm happy with it.
Okay. Also, then,
and I think I should be your understudy. In the event you go limp, I jump in.
Hang on. He probably doesn't.
$8,000. Oh.
No, doesn't.
So I have a website. I don't know if this is the right website to give people because we've only got like 2 minutes. Explicitstrippers.com. Is that you?
Yeah, but I kind of stopped doing it. I have too many things that going on. I'd love to promote my book real quick. I'm finishing up my book. It's called Nick Hawk's 100 Kicks in the Ass, A Guide to Gaining Confidence and Reaching Your Full Potential. I've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm on my 3rd rewrite, and I'm hoping it'll be available this fall. I highly recommend getting it.
When you want to make it an audio book, call Jimmy.
I have an audiobook company, actually. We put out
you could do an
audiobooks for all
audio
the
book.
celebrities.
You know
I do want to do that as well, yes. I want to voice
You know how hot an audio book would be to hear you talking about this shit?
Yes, I definitely want to do that.
The vibrators will be exploding all over America.
Okay, hold on. So you guys heard it here. It's Nick Hawk's 100 Kicks in the Ass, A Guide to Confidence and Reaching Your Full Potential. You want to follow Nick Hawk on Twitter. It's @TheNickHawk. You want to check out NickHawkExplicit.com. That's his website. Basically, you can get everything from that website, right?
Yeah, my music's up there. There's a link to my music video, updates. All my social media is The Nick Hawk, Facebook and Instagram as well.
And if you plug in Nick Hawk on YouTube, he's got a HawkTube, right?
I do, and I have like 4 music videos up there, and I'll be releasing more. I have some behind-the-scenes Gigolo stuff I might be putting up soon. As well.
And I love it all. And so and then tell us I don't have Showtime, but when is Gigolos on Showtime?
They rerun it a lot. I think they're rerunning season 1 right now. I think someone told me that. Season 6 is done airing. It finished a couple months ago. We are in talks about more seasons. I guess this was our biggest one yet. We had the biggest opening, and it was the biggest season to date. I'm not positive if I'm going to do it. I haven't really said that too much. I think it might be time for me to move on.
Okay.
I've kind of poured my heart and soul into the show, and I kind of feel like I didn't get that back on some levels. And I have a lot of other projects that are going on right now, and with the book and my music. So
I love it. I think this is super cool. Number one, I just want to say congratulations because I think the way you've built the brand is just amazing to me, and I'm all about that. Well,
it's amazing how he's intelligent enough to make his dick a business and pay off. Right there, I give you a standing ovation, my friend.
Absolutely. So everybody get all of Nick Hawk's things. Follow him on Twitter @TheNickHawk. When you come up to your next recreation of whatever's coming up, you got my email. Hit me up. We'll bring you back to help promote whatever you got going because you're a lot of fun.
You're an interesting.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'd love to come back and talk about the book a little more too.
When the book comes out, we'll come back and we'll do it again. We would love to do it.
You're a fun, interesting guest, and I like you, and that's important.
You guys are awesome too. Thank you so much.
Listen to me. Keep it warm. Don't let it get cold in the winter. Keep it, don't sunburn it.
Can you tell me what your publicist's name is?
Maybe not.
Leanne.
Oh, who's the person who introduced me to have on here?
No,
Isn't that funny?
Steve Levesque.
There we go.
Yes. I'm working with like 4 different people right now, but I think Steve is the one who
just want to give a shout out to Steve.
With Luck Media. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's local here in Vegas, and I have one in New York and LA now too.
Perfect. Good for you. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Let me know when the book comes out. We'll get back on the phone again. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend. And
take care. It was fun.
Have an $8,000 weekend.
Yeah, and you're a good sport. Yeah. You're a terrific sport. I enjoyed it.
Thanks so much, Nick. Take care.
Take care, babe.
Hey, everybody. That was really cool. We've never had it before. What a nice guy. I enjoyed it. Chad, what'd you think?
The member.
The member. That's right, everybody. So.
Right.
So, Chad, text me all those pictures
Remember.
that you took, please.
Remember. That's funny. What's that?
Text me the pictures that you were posting. So
I already emailed them to you, brother.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, hang
Everybody
on.
in the
Wait.
We gotta go.
Wait, Chad, you could do 8,000 a weekend.
Yeah.
Why don't you think
I have
about
12 and a half
Chad,
foot size, though.
doing the board? 8,000 a weekend. Think of it, Chad.
It'd be a lot more exciting.
With your looks and your body, you could make 8,000 a weekend.
All right, everybody.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Chat room, thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week with Lyndon Ashby coming on. Chad, thank you so much. You're a rock star.
Chad.
Everybody, check us out on iHeartRadio, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Bye.